Good evening from my point of view. Look, stuff is nodding at me. Makes a change. So, when I was young, probably 14, 15, I had a poster of a Porsche on my wall. Maybe a lot of young men did. My brother the con ended up getting a Porsche. And 46. Keep the time on for the beer. And but they've got a really bad name. And my rich friend, Itsuo, the old guy in 90, he used to have a Porsche. He hates Porsches because but when he started to get money from his apartment building, he bought a Porsche. And I think the reason, well, it was always breaking down, and the parts were unbelievably expensive from France. And this is a millionaire speaking. But my neighbour has also got a Porsche. She's had several Porsches. It's fucking new car. They're always going to the fucking repairs. They're always going. It's a fucking shite car. Tell me if I'm wrong. Any of you people watching got a Porsche? Well, I had a good day today. So that makes a change. I don't know what's up with this lady. It's happy hour. Maybe just have one more beer. I had a good day today. Did I say that? Well, this guy. So last week I took away a photocopier and he said it was working, but it was just too much work for too little money. So I decided to charge 10,000 for taking away your photocopier. Now the problem with photocopiers, they're very heavy. And we got it onto the truck, and then I took it off the truck by myself. But not, I broke a leg, or some, not my leg, on the photocopier, and I broke the lid. Anyway, cordless. So tomorrow morning I will start taking it apart. And this one wasn't as big as last week's, but it's so I can't. I don't think I'm going to get too much steel from it, and I don't know where it all disappears to. Because it's supposed to be 100 kilograms. There's only about 10 kilograms of plastic, if that, and the glass is very thin. And like if it took, like I say, the other one took me 3 or 4 hours to take apart because I didn't have a battery operated drill. But I've got that now, so hopefully it's only going to take 1 hour or 2 hours tomorrow morning. Then I can get some money, and I've got another photocopier in front of the house that needs taking apart. So if I can get 300k, well, I don't think, I can't get that much. If I can get maybe 150k, that's 3,000. Excuse me. So, like I say, it was a good day. So I went to Joyful. I'm not at Joyful now, and I've never done this before. And it's like you get a big hot plate, and there was on it meat, 1 or 2 pieces of chicken, a big shrimp, a few chips, corn, broccoli, and it was served piping hot on this plate, this hot steel plate, and the fucking meat was shite. The meat was fucking very tough. So I won't be doing that again. I wish I'd have come here and had a Gusto burger, because Gusto burgers is about 800 yen. They got 50 yen off at the moment, and that's a lot better value. What's the most expensive burger that you've ever had? The most I ever had was when I was doing Santa. I wasn't doing Santa, I was acting as Santa. And they used about 2,200, 2,400 at the Marriott. But that was my meal, so I didn't pay for it. But that was a nice big piece of thick bacon running through the middle. Beautiful. Now there's a, not far from, about 2 or 3 miles from me, straight down the road west, there is a big meat supplier. So when I had the shop, I used to go there pretending to be Mr. Big. And I just noticed yesterday that they've got a all you can eat there. So I might go and check it out. Check out what the prices are. And I guess they thought it would be a good idea because they own the meat plant and then they built a all you can eat next door to it, so they're cutting out the middleman. So it might be worth going to that one. Now, it's called Cosmo, I think, if I remember correctly. And maybe 20 years ago, maybe a little more, so someone ran into the back of me while I was turning right. So I pulled over. And what this driver obviously fucking pissed because he just took off. And we couldn't find him. And I thought I found the car. And this car, alright, geek. So this car, which ran into me, they said it had an accident in this Cosmo car park, in this meat supplier's car park. It had an accident. I think he arranged with someone to have an accident. And because the accident with me happened about 9:30 at night. And the accident in this Cosmo car park, this same fucking car, this same type of car, happened at within 12 hours later. What are the fucking coincidences of that car? So it was, they arranged the accident. So they're saying this wasn't the car that was involved with me, but a blue Daihatsu was involved in an accident 12 hours after. I've gone fucking missed this fucking thing with chatting. With the anyway, so it's a small world, which is also a place where me and the wife and used to take the kids. Da 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 da. No, it's not a small world. That's yeah, I had a good day today, geek, and I took away the plan was to take away 2 photocopiers, but when I got there, one was on the second floor and one was on the third floor. And so, they said the Insatsuki, that's a printing machine. But the Insatsuki, instead of being like small like this, it was fucking massive. Can't. And so we ended up discussing it, and for the sake, because I said it'd be extra to take the Insatsuki, so he just said, well, let's just take this for the same price. I goes, okay. Then I went and sold some steel. He took all the bottoms off the chairs, the other chairs, and I took those to the scrapyard. So I got about 1,000 yen for those. Then a race bike, and I put these remaining school chairs on, and I got 1,000 yen for them. So hopefully, going to do the same tomorrow. Then I will have the money to pay the scribe. I got the fucking electricity cut off as well today. Because I've got to send this thing to England to say it's a legitimate copy of my passport and water bill. Then hopefully I can open a bank account. Then hopefully I can get some. They can pay the money. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, thank you. So you can't. Like a fifth of the fucking beer is foam. But when it's 200 yen, when it's $2, you can't complain, can you, geek? Would you complain, geek? Yeah, a sad thing yesterday I saw on the same month last year. I mean, Japan already has a tremendously high number of suicides. That's even in, that's that's even in, I don't know if it was 20% or 40%. It's not look, and they're not closing down. They're not shutting down, not quarantining. So I guess it's a lot of people that are losing their jobs. Geek, can you imagine? I know you live with your granddad, but can you imagine when you were working and you were paying, your rent was less than 5% of your income? Can you fucking imagine that? Can you imagine how many people's rent or mortgage is less than 5% of their income? That's what my brother had from me, the fucking bastard, ungrateful cunt. For 8 years, 8 years, he was paying less than 5% for fucking rent, that fucking cunt. And did he appreciate it? Did he fuck the cunt? He even had the cheek the other month to say that he only stayed there 3 years. Fucking hell, mate. How'd you go on with that? You can't fucking do anything. When I stayed with my mate of a mate in on Willard, Wilshire, just off Wilshire Boulevard, I think he was on 11th, and he was paying $650. Fucking really nice apartment, but it was rent controlled. Oh yeah, yeah, fucking that's 50. That's a joke, innit? Now I'm paying 30,000 yen, and that's about a third of my income because I'm only fuck all. But hopefully it's gonna change. Yeah, no, a friend did some of that. They rented a barge, and they went on the river holidays. But I just don't. For example, I don't know how it works. For example, if there's quite a few people with those barges, are they all fucking? Are they all? Because there's a lot of pubs by the side of the canal, and I just wonder, are there like some log jams with the barges, and especially if they've had a few drinks as well. Some of the YouTubes look really cool. What are you talking about? You mean English YouTubers? Check out my friend from Manchester, Ayup. What's his name? I can't remember his name now. Oh, there are some people that do it. Wow, cool. Wow, I'm jealous now. Yeah, I just wouldn't like. No, I won't get into it. We'll have to check that out, Gee. I must admit, we didn't too much. We did a few knot tying in the Cubs, and then maybe tying a few knots in the Marines, but I can't fucking remember them. Like a bow line or something like that. That was one of them. These fucking desserts look quite nice, but they're a bit pricey. Yeah, when I've been going through the back streets on the bike, and I noticed one or two people fishing at this little creek. Well, not so much creek; it was like a river by a pump house, I think. And I looked over the other day, and the fucking water was absolutely disgusting. No more posh. No, look at that. They've got a takeout margarita pizza. But the last time I ordered that, I got into trouble. So I'm not going to do that again. But yeah, I don't think he was here last week. I went into Appetite supermarket and I got two slices of pork, pork ham or something like that. And then I took it in next door to Appetite, to Gusto, and I put it on a pizza. Fucking beautiful. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, they only catching little fish like. Yeah. Maybe they just like pulling hooks out of fucking living creatures' mouths. What toppings do you put on? Hey Ed. So yesterday in Appetite, cucumbers were fucking cucumbers were 99 yen each, $1 each for a cucumber. Today I went to a Kimball recycle shop, sold some chairs, and I got two lemons, 50 yen each for 50 yen each for a lemon, which were quite fresh, and about 150 yen for about four fucking cucumbers. So it's quite good. Portuguese, so yeah, that's always good, isn't it? I've, I've had Italian. The one at Costco was Italian sausage, really nice. Yeah, peppers are all. I used to always do that. Get a big capsicum and then slice it from the end, and then put like a ring circle. Get like sometimes I get like three different coloured capsicums and slice off the end thinly. Also with the I do that as well. Slice the eggplant. What time is it, Ed? This shit bed. What time is it now? Oh, it's 6 o'clock, isn't it? What time's that for you, Ed? 4 o'clock in the morning. Well, it must be true. I didn't. It's got to be more than 6 hours, surely. Yeah, I don't think I'm. Well, I might unscrew a few things tonight. Does anyone think about in or out of bed? My first girlfriend who I had sex with told me she told me that she was better than me at it, and that pretty much continued throughout the rest of my life. I don't, I don't remember too much because a lot of the time I was drunk. But with like regular girlfriends, I think the best sex I ever had was with the wife. Well, the Japanese wife was the smartest. Maybe the bank manager was the cutest. The nurse was the craziest. The public school girl nurse. I think what I regret most is the ones that I missed, and the reason behind that because I just thought they were too good looking. They would never see me. That it just shows you, doesn't it? Some good looking girls, and they just for some reason they pick someone. And whatever you say now, be careful, lad, because this could be recorded. That's quite interesting. But American girls like that, though, they just. I think most people wouldn't touch American girls full stop. I think I think I've shagged 2 or 3 American girls. There was one in San Francisco. San Francisco. There was a Korean American in New Zealand. I really didn't shag enough, did I? That was a poor showing. I didn't realise when a girl from Vaughn's at the supermarket said, "Oh, I just love your accent." I thought she was taking the piss. I am not kidding. My best years were like 11 till 12, and that's when we were snogging Rita Willoughby. She was quite gorgeous. All the fact, this mum and dad, they were without electricity for about 12 years, and I guess they were alcoholics. Well, they were alcoholics, but the daughters were absolutely fucking beautiful. They were really well, and 1 or 2 of the lads, really handsome lads as well. But Rita and her older sister, fuck man, they were gorgeous. And Rita, she was a few years older than us, and she was practicing her kissing, and we were practicing our kissing on her. So we could never forget. We could never forget Rita. She looks Rita Ora. You know Rita Ora. She just looks very similar to that. I think okay, yeah, they're quite attractive, aren't they, Indians? Yeah, without a doubt, without a doubt. Your next vice president and president is half Indian. She'll be bringing them out by the boatload. They'll be docking you, and that's just a fucking kayak. So two of my Facebook accounts are banned. I said I hate fucking clowns, especially Donald Trump and Boris Johnson. I hope they fucking die. What's wrong with that? What is wrong with that, Ed? Have you ever done anal and then hoped it wasn't the dog that slept between you and the woman? Tommy Atkins, what's that? Is that a soldier from a film now? Was she a midget, Ed? Did what? What, you fucked a dog? It's difficult to do anal with a Japanese girl. The arsehole is just too small. I was saying to my mate, if I won a lot of money, I'd be offering girls like 100,000 yen to sleep with me. And I wouldn't wait until they changed out their school clothes. What am I saying? She had a what, like a model? This guy that I know, we used to go drinking with him, and he's from Iran, married a Japanese, and his daughter is absolutely fucking stunning. Really is stunning. I think Ed is now cupping his balls. Yeah, you know who was that? Who was it? Geek saying he had a half English, half Indian girl. Yeah, beautiful, man. What the Indians said they're some of the most beautiful looking girls in the world. They won the world Miss World about 5 times, I think. Have you seen that? They asked the British population about the new vaccine, and 40% of British people said you got to give it to the politicians first. Yeah, I could have got back in with the bank manager. Maybe I don't know. But you can't say that. She came to visit me in Japan, and we just went into the room and just had sex. It was great. And then she went back, and then she stopped writing. She found someone. Then I went back to England. I met her, and she just says, "I don't want you to go back," and that was a right fucking bombshell. You know, just to decide there and then. And she just says, "You don't love me. I'm incapable of love, Ed." I think we should give it to Scousers first. No, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that because my mate Robin's a Scouser or nearby. But but the thing is, I don't think there's many people that last a lifetime. Is 20, 20. I've been married 25 years. I'm going to have the loneliest diamond wedding. I always fuck up with Indian girls because I usually end up saying, "I bet your mum makes a great curry." That's apparently racist. What was the name? Yeah, bad names in yeah, of cheating. There you go, Becky. Nice. I had my posh girlfriend's name was Fiona. Shagged at first night. The Indians are usually North London. They just get off the fucking plane at Hounslow, and that's it. They just fucking they get off the plane at Heathrow, and that's it. They just go to the nearest fucking council, and they've never moved since. Yeah, of course. Well, when I was in the Marines, we went out one night, and I thought I got a dose. So me and this other Marine, we went to the hospital, and we were all right. We were worrying too much, and then the night before we came back, me and another Marine, we met two nurses. I didn't realise they were nurses, as I would have asked her to put her fucking clothes on. And so it's same again. So I cheated on. I felt really guilty with the girlfriend, and then I cheated again on her a few days later. Men are just cunts. Tribal boundaries. Are you fucking serious, geek? Well, I know. I've got well, he's not a friend, but I know the lad. He's a nice lad from Phoenix, and he's got a Sioux wife or something like that, a Navajo or something like that, and she's pretty fucking strict. So she lays the law down. In fact, I am masturbating now. It's my third hand. The other day I was in McDonald's and I shouted out loud, "Cunt!" And this little girl about 5 seats away goes to her mum, "Cunt at it." 100 in Wales. There's more than there's more than 100 cunts in Wales. I'll tell you. Then that's just a meetup for a sheep shag. What's the first thing you notice, Ed? My auntie is married to a Welshman. He was an electrical engineer, union chief. So she did well. He took her. She divorced her husband, took her back to Wales. He'd lost his first wife, and he sent out the sheep looking for her, but couldn't find her. And when on our honeymoon, not me and the engineer, me and my wife, we were supposed to meet up with his son, and his son was working for Disney, and I think he still works for Disney. I think English girls are good fun. I've dated quite a few, but they're really nice. Did he tune 9-volt batteries? I'll have to. His name is Emily. In fact, he became the mayor of that town, and my auntie became the mayoress. So she was very working class, low skilled. She worked in a bakery, and that's where she met her husband, Arnold. Who's that? What cartoon show is that Arnold from? There's an American cartoon show with a character called Arnold. Yeah, a couple of years ago, hey Arnold, a couple of years ago, maybe, oh no, it was probably more than that, 3 or 4 years ago. There was an American Good Morning TV show, something like that, and they were asking girls in the 8, 9, or 10, and they really were not. They just was fucking way above what were, and and I think if they've got that in their mind that they're a 9 or a 10 when they're like a fucking 6 or a 7, then it's going to be hard for them to find fucking boyfriends. Oh, is that the name of the show? Hey Arnold. That's very imaginative. I thought he's taking the piss out of me then. Yeah, because like a lot of them were quite chubby, and even now there's a difference between like a decent size and having being a big girl, like the girl from the girl from the Doctor series. What's that? Grey's Academy. Torres. Like Torres is fucking like that. She's a big girl. She's quite attractive. But if it's just fucking blubber, that's not attractive whatsoever. And I've been with some blubber. Not as much as Ed like, but I, 'cause, like, a lot of them were quite chubby, and even now there's. I thought he's taking the piss out of me then. Yeah, because like a lot of them were quite chubby, and even now there's. There's a difference between like a decent size and having been a big girl, like the girl from the Doctor series. What's that? Grey's Academy. Torres. Like Torres is fucking like that. She's a big girl. She's quite attractive. But if it's just fucking blubber, that's not attractive whatsoever. And I've been with some blubber. Not as much as Ed like, but Did I ever tell you when I tried to finger my sister-in-law while my wife was in the same room? My wife, her sister-in-law was giving me a massage. My wife was in bed, tall and tits. Uh, No, she was trying to give me a massage, and I was trying to like fucking work my hand in between her legs, but I couldn't fucking reach it. So I was trying to finger her while my wife was in the same room, looking at us. You speak fairly good English. Thanks for cheering me up, pal. Well, I called you up a few months ago. You wouldn't answer your phone. You wouldn't answer you wouldn't answer your Facebook. Do you think that Joseph Biden might have it in for Zuckerberg? You didn't answer. I've hardly been washing my face recently on my body. Is that a bad? There's this guy in Tokyo, Australian guy, and he says he's about to become homeless. Hillbilly ass. Do you think they should have the poor Beverly Hillbillies, geek? Hello, Kiera. How's the lockdown going, love? Kiera, can you make a Yorkshire pudding? Hey, Bets, are you related to a local politician, Kiera? It's looking as though it's going to get more interesting. But the thing is, with Donald Trump, all this is expected, isn't it? Now I think there was a politician in Sheffield called Ron Betts, but this is going back like 20 years. Hello, Angel. Oh dear. Shut the fuck up. He's not happy. He wants to be with his mum. I was watching. Do you know Mary Qualley? She is remember Four Weddings and a Funeral, the American actress? She's her daughter. She's very cute. Yeah, buy a lotto, try a lotto, geek, when it gets really big. This guy can't figure out how to get a fucking drink of water. He's lost. The wife's had to come up to him and point it out. He's there, you dozy con. He couldn't fucking see the he couldn't see the fucking water spout. Yeah, just wonder how much it would be to buy one of those in Holland. There must be fucking tons of them. I've got one guy, Words. He's from Holland. We can ask him next time he comes on. Oh, she's good idea, Monk. She's given me a very pointy fucking chopstick. He'll ram that in his eye. No, the earlier part of this thing was about my Porsche just overrated and too expensive to keep. Pot noodle sandwiches. Oh my god. What I used to do in Tokyo, I used to get a pot noodle and I used to a slice of buttered toast, and then I used to dip. I used to dip the toast in the soup, in the pot noodle soup. 62. That's 62. That is. I don't know. What's the how many dollars is that? Is the euro stronger than the dollar? Yeah, give him the salt shaker to play with, so's he can. What's been happening, Dash? So they cut the electricity off. There is no fucking staff, and it was too complicated to figure it out on the thing. So I actually, just as I left Joyful, I saw an electricity van, and it was a young kid. And as I was talking to him, his senior came out, and I managed to get him to do it for me. And he says he's done it. I paid the bill, and so I'm hoping that when I get home, shut up. That just came out. That just a fucking reaction. The dad isn't too pleased. Yeah, I saw that. Yes, I saw that they found a vaccine, and I was just saying before that 40% of the British public want the politicians to try it out first. There's a story last year, and it was this kid was crying. This kid was crying, and this old guy went over to him. Is the kid all right? And the young father didn't like that, so he ended up beating up the old man. No, there was some on the Daily Mail. They were saying that if you took it, it was like having a bit of a hangover. Then it was all right after that. Well, you got sick after taking the vaccine. What's the DJT? Yeah, in England and America, you just can't. They're just so fucking idiots, aren't they? I mean, but if you've got a noisy kid and you know he's like this when he comes out to the restaurant, why the fuck do you bring him out? If he's outside in the garden, yeah. I'm gonna Shall I take my sock off and ask the waitress to send it over? Shove it in his fucking gob. No, yeah, it's not very often you get a noisy kid. I think I did that. I was in Gusto before, and I moved over. This kid had been fucking crying for about half an hour. I think Ed watched this. The kid was crying for half an hour, and I moved to the other side of the restaurant, and it still started screaming, and then I just went ballistic. Emil Godsky. I don't know if that's a cool name or a misspelling. How is life in Japan? It's alright. But I did see something which was upsetting. There's been a massive increase over the number of suicides from last year. Maybe 20% or 40%. So it's shot up. So I don't know if this is people that have lost their jobs and lost their apartments. A cheese grater on your brain. So did you used to get whacked then? My mother used to whack us. It's not so much as they stop listening to politicians, they've got no fucking choice. Coronavirus is a big hoax. Well, there are a lot of... that could be good. That's why I got those lemons. I got some good lemons tonight, really. So I think I've got some gin left. So I just need to get some ice cubes and some vodka. A sugar lump. There are some fucking junkies that give methadone to the kids, don't they? And so it starts. So when I shouted shut up or something like that, the dad turned round and said shut up. You live in the underground in... Wow. So if you got some cryptocurrency, can you send me some money, Angel? As you seem to be doing so well. Paragoric, I've never heard of that. How much can you send me? The thing is bloody complicated to sort out that Bitcoin. I did check my video on this stupid American cunt. I put in 50,000 yen. I says, look, whatever you do, don't fucking sell it. A few months later, he fucking sells it, gives me my money back minus so much money. 1 year later, it cost me fucking 3 million yen. I could have killed this cunt. Are you sure? Oh, that's Geek. Yeah, I guess that was you, Geek. Geek, you didn't turn out okay. Okay, I will do it, Angel. How much can you send me? A lot? Or just enough to hoping? I remember when it became famous. This, I think, when it became famous, it was I think it was a Danish or Swedish guy, and he bought someone, and then he checked it a few hours later, and he managed to buy an apartment. But also, there are people that have lost fortunes, aren't there? Hello, slime. She let all the tuna fall onto your sandwich. Well, she gave you more tuna than usual. The dad just got to get some water. Get some fucking food in the kid's gob.
One of my next door neighbors is a 90-year-old man suffering from Alzheimer's. And every single morning at 9 a.m., he knocks on my door and he asks me if I have seen his wife.
What do you mean she has the best teeth? What, is that what she choose the tuna with? Sorry, what is that? What is that, Kiera? What you did? What? I've seen the dad. I think I can take him. X videos. They haven't brought me my fucking wine yet. Let's just see if I've ordered it. I have. Come on, you fuckers. Look, this fucking all this girl's here. She's got ripped jeans on near her ass. Here you go. Chigaimasu. Wine tanonda. This looks like young girls in a bit of a panic. Angel's been smuggling beer into North Korea, I think. That shit, this girl with the rip in her fucking arse is nice. Oh, to Japan? Oh, okay. Why couldn't they give him the little cunt some food as soon as he came in? もう少し入れてくる。ちょっと低いじゃない？
低い？わかります。
もう少し入れてくださ
ちょっと待ってくださいね。これだけ先に置いて
い。はい。
もいいですか？
はい、お願いします。ちょっと
はい。
普通より低い。もう少し入れてください。This is the guy that is going to be homeless next week. He's Australian. You want to have a look at him? His name is Boogmood.
でしょうか。
Okay,
すいません。
thank you.
So for some reason, TikTok has shadow banned me. What is this now? Look at all these views, then all of a sudden, boom, 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 nothing. You ask them, they don't even tell you, they don't even reply back to your question. Why are you fucking shadow banning me? Huh? So for some reason, TikTok has shadow banned me. What is this now? Look at all these views, then all of a sudden,
I haven't seen this guy, so I don't know what he's on
you
about.
ask them, they don't even tell you, they don't even reply back to your question. Why are you fucking shadow banning me? Huh? So for some
What's he
reason,
saying? Caravanning?
TikTok has shadow banned.
Is he saying caravan? I've been here a long time. The simple stuff comes is just natural, but the difficult stuff is difficult. But she just gave me a very short measure of wine, and like if I'm paying $1 for a glass of wine, I want as much as I can get. When I was selling timeshare in Tenerife, there was quite a few people. They could like speak 5 and 6 languages. This is Bobby. This is our Bobby. Italian Greyhounds, they're the best of dogs, really good. Boxers and Italian Greyhounds. I'm going to see if I can find some special food on... It was, yeah. The kids came home one day, can we have a dog? It looks like a kangaroo. You love pugs? Yeah, I've got a great idea for a pug t-shirt actually. Just trying to see if I can find any cheap food. We've only got 20 yen off dishes at the moment. I wish they had a 500 yen burger, that'd be nice. Put a fucking spoon in the cunts here. You're okay. Alright, pal. Said about that American credit card. American Express, that's it. Well, that's smelling good. This is loads. I didn't fucking sign up. Try to do your tube. What's it? LBRY. I don't know. Is that a platform, LBRY? Actually, I think I did open up a crypto wallet somewhere. Couldn't ever put anything in it. There was a company that I was dealing with trying to trace my fucking crypto. They went fucking bankrupt. How the fuck can they go bankrupt? They went under. And they were selling all this fucking crypto. And it's called LBRY. I've never heard of it. You ate the ass of the beer shop woman. Was it a big ass or medium size or little? You only need to download a Bitcoin wallet and post your public address on your channel somewhere. Maybe I should take a photograph of that. She's a big girl. Man, she was fresh. See that kid? That kid, they fed him some fucking food and he hasn't made a fucking peep out of it, anything. Why the fuck couldn't they give him something to snack on as soon as he walked in? Do you know Aurora? She's a Swedish girl. She's the cutest thing ever. And what really turned me on a few days ago when I saw her, she was dancing and singing, and she got this most gorgeous blonde armpit hair. It was beautiful. I think I could shag her armpit because she's only small. So there's two gorgeous girls. They just make me smile every time I see them. Sigrid and Aurora. You got to admit, although ABBA were one of the best groups ever, beautiful music, beautiful singing, lyrics and everything, but they dressed like twats, didn't they? You've got to fucking say. The only other people that dressed like twats were the group were Sweet. I think they called them Sweet from England, but they had some good songs. And the boys in the back, remember them, Ed? Remember Sweet? I didn't know. So my next door, there's like 3 levels. One guy lives. But what was happening was I thought I was I was dropping like a 2 litre bottle of piss in a plastic case. I thought I was throwing it in the building, between the buildings. It was bouncing off his fucking front doorstep. I only did it twice. I think I was like marking my territory, and about a week later he went. I've got a complaint about my neighbour. He's dropping 2 litres of piss on me. Oh, so did you get some pussy last week then, Dash? Piss, yes, urine. I don't have running. I got a septic tank. I don't want to fill up the septic tank. My greatest fear is that I've got like the feed to the septic tank is about 10 meters. I don't want a pipe of 10 meters like breaking up inside the house. So, oh, it's finished eating now. Give him some fucking cake. No, I threw piss on. I threw piss out of my side window. I thought I was dropping it between the two buildings, but it was bouncing at his front door. My bad. I'll see if the dad gives me a dirty look. They're going now. I tried. This guy's just I think he's a Brazilian. The Worker Drapes Society. He's fucking looking at me as he's walking out of the door, the silicone. Fucking kill ya. I also pissed over my neighbour's bicycle as well. I just wish she'd have been riding it at the time. I think I could write a book on the places that I have pissed. The first week of training, what they do, they showed you all the horrible accidents that can happen in a factory environment, and one of them was because it was British workmanship. So what happened was the lathe, the turning machine, wasn't earthed. So this worker, instead of going to the toilet, he pissed behind the machine, and he got electrified. And ever since that, for the last 45, I made sure there were no live wires anywhere. And any young person watching today, you should bear that in mind. Especially if you've got a big cock and a long piss. And if you piss 2 litres at a go, definitely watch out for those lights. Definitely wouldn't piss behind the transformer. It could track. You mean Transformer like fucking that cunt actor? Or do you mean like a big fucking Transformer? I once saw a program, it was, I think it was in our, it was either Electric Wise in the air, that's what I heard. And it showed you this crew, they were going around, I think it was Nevada, that area, Arizona, and what's the other one? Phoenix. Oh, that's Arizona. So they were constantly going around replacing transformers that have been blown up. They were like vertical transformers, like on the telegraph poles on the electron pylons, and the the boss was a woman. The boss in charge of the crew was a woman. So it's quite interesting. England, most of the electric wires go underground. In America, I think they've got a lot of their electricity goes overhead as well. It was ground level or a pretty powerful piss. There were two kids in my class at junior school. They could piss about 4 meters. Not during class. It was at the toilet. What you? I don't. You'll have to explain that, Ed. How you pissed in class and your students laughed. I can smell fucking burning or something hot. I can smell something really hot. I think I've shit myself in the street 4 times. That's not nice. Well, you couldn't make it to the toilet or something. Thank you. What, you still couldn't make it to the toilet? You've never been drunk? Oh my god. Same here. Me too. You made it. You pissed in the waste bucket. You pissed in the waste bucket in the class in front of your students. I'm guessing these were mature students. I've been better today, despite my electricity being cut off. Fucking all the staff are running about here, but carry on. There's fucking no one in the restaurant. There's only about 10 people in the restaurant. What work do you do, Chiefer? I didn't see the bill in the box. I didn't see the bill in the letterbox. I think you should have called your surname should have been Staff. You should have been Chief of Staff. I think that'd have been better. You make overrikes. What does that mean? Overrikes? Or oven racks? What do you mean the racks when you're going into like the shelving in the oven? By hand. So you get you bend all the wires around and then you put a weld on them. Yeah, sometimes the oven racks they can be, and the fridge racks they can be they're quite heavy, so it's not bad. If you can get a lot of those, it's not bad because they're strong, they're very strong, well built. So, like I say, maybe in fact, I think the refrigerator rack. No, but it's so cheap. Usually I don't understand what this electricity bill was. The highest I've ever had, 8,000. But usually if I'm out working, last year my cheapest bill was like $35 for the month. Well, how many of those do you make a day? A day. Because of random drug. Well, it's to keep you clean, pal, won't it? Wow. When we worked, I used to work. I had a few accidents when I was driving for Telecom, and so they put me inside on the coin boxes. So the inside the coin box there used to be like an electromechanical machine, and so there was a tester, so you had to test it all, and then put it back out, and you put it back out so it could be used again. But when we used to test new machines, we had 12 to do on a Saturday, and you could do it like in 1 hour or 90 minutes. So you would just like, and I used to go in pissed. I'd sleep at the office. I'd get my brother to call me up and wake me up, and then I would do the job, and then Saturday was like hour and a half overtime, 1.5 overtime, and like go at 1 o'clock. And our boss was saying, "Why is it you can only do 12?" You fucking selling can't buy my clean urine. It's probably not. It's not worth risking it. Just wait until you get your summer holidays and then have a go. I think fucking coppers, if there's any group of people that should be taking random drug tests, it's fucking coppers. Oh my God, you've seen some horrible accidents, Chiefer. Well, see, I see that finger there. I stuck that in a neggy slicing machine and I cut the end of it off. I cut the end of my finger off and it regenerated. But if I'd have known any better, I should have sued them. No, I think a lot of people have sussed out that a lot of cops on drugs or testosterone, and they should be fucking tested because you can just see that the way that they attack people. Chief, can I ask you how much you earn doing that job? Yeah, my grandma and granddad, they both had fucking finger. They have both had fingers missing and thumbs. Well, not thumb, but fingers. They are, they are. Both of them did parts of. I don't know, maybe one or two on each hand. From machine accidents. $600. Is that better than average? It's about $25,000 a year, yeah. Well, in my worst self injuries are like cutting the end of that off, fucking slicing into this thumb and slicing into my big fucking my big toe with a electric saw, and then I hit myself. I hit myself here when I was trying to take a tire off or something, and I hit myself in the face with a fucking crowbar. Is your dad a machinist, Kayla? Plus, I enjoyed you was cutting fish in a North Korea fishing boat. Yeah, I've noticed that they're the safest things, aren't they, the chairman gloves? I'm still laughing at that guy looking at me when he walked out the door. And yeah, like it's on the line. Of course, they've got to wear these fucking things for safety. Indianapolis, what's that? Was that a warship from the Second World War? Enola. Oh my God. And they never got onto that hospital show in England. Yeah, that's a bit fucking freaking, finding something like that. Yeah, I wonder how much I could do with some of those in my job. Protect my hands. Yeah, you don't know what it is until you see something like that, do you? Was it like, I guess, was someone trying to do suicide or something? What is that? Are you talking North Korean on a North Korean boat? Ed, where are you lifting these fucking things from, Ed? Wasn't that in the Pacific and they wouldn't send any other boats to help these guys? I don't. Remember that girl? I forget her name. That girl fell out of me because she charged me the right price for the pizza. She's rushing about like a madden. Oh my god. I once had a shark curry. Not all that fucking good. I made it myself. Yeah, there's some kind of connect with students or Jews, and they find out where all the best jobs are. And he was working on a factory. He was working on an American factory ship. The screaming kid is gone, and I think what he did, he got his kid to shout "Baka," and then as he was leaving the restaurant, he was like looking at me. But I think I'm more than a match for some young punk dad who can't control his kid. Well, it depends how you spend it, cheater. That's where you need to go, cheater. North Korea. Is there any chance of moving up in that factory then, Chiefer? But I guess if you don't have the costs of running a car, like if you look at like America, which has always led the world in TVs, cars, colour televisions, and England's always been so far behind America for these things, and but we just never earned as much money as Americans. But if you look at Americans in the 60s, 50s and 60s, nice big house, fucking great job, wife at home. That is all fucking changed now. And it's not a good thing. That's it. Yeah, I was just saying earlier, Kiera, in Japan, unfortunately, in Japan, the rate of suicide is one of the highest in the world. And that hasn't October this year, it's gone up 20%. Or I don't know if it's. Hang on, just going to take a piss. No, I've just got to find a waste basket. I'll take you with. I'll take you with me. I think I've done this before. See that? So what they say is take one. This is more pour my it's some more. Okay, so you didn't get to hear the song because I could the Wi-Fi went. You can live like a king. There was una paloma blanca. There was a king in England that was forget his full name now, but he's famous for singing una paloma blanca, and he was jailed for bumming people. Jonathan King, that's it, yeah. He's a horrible, fucking creepy looking guy. So what is it that you're little? I saw your post, Chief, and that rent, amazing rent. Is that for your family or just one person? I was paying 115,000 yen a month for fucking 10 years. And that was the equivalent of maybe $1,400, $1,500. This is going back 20 years. I could afford it because I was earning good money. Fuck man, how can you afford that? You're only in $600 a month a week. I've never been to Blackburn, and I certainly wouldn't fucking go now. Yeah, but you know, I was offered once when I'd just been shagging this Japanese girl in Vancouver, and I actually spoke to a Scottish guy over the phone, and he was going to go by boat to Hawaii, but the problem was I needed to spend $300 on a special. I don't know, Angel. That sounds really fucking dodgy. You'll have to send me photographic proof, mate. In Korea, $100,000 for a house. Yep. Well, I must admit, I'm having a good day today, and I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this live stream. No matter what Ed says, that could be a song. That actually. No matter what Ed says, I'm gonna do it. No matter what Ed says. No, the only places I've been in Lancashire are to see my dad in prison, Lancaster prison, to Blackpool, to Manchester, the airport, Stockport. That's about it. Bamber Bridge, Preston, I've been there as well. That was on a telephone course. Thank you. Wormwood Scrubs. That's a very famous place, that Ed. That's very famous. Why did you visit someone you knew there? That's quite funny. That one of the most famous. It's one of the most famous jails in England. Where did you go in Wales, Kiera? Did your mum and dad not take you overseas, like to Spain or something? Oh no, I'm trying to think what is the famous women's prison in London. Is that it? I wonder if that's where they got the idea for that American television show, Scrubs. Ed put you in time out. Why did you do that, Ed? You the only mod here? I don't think, unless I did it by mistake. Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry about that, Chiefer. No, it might have been me that did it by mistake. That because there was no reason for Ed to like an house on fire. Yes, I've actually, as a job, as a telephone engineer, what I had to do, there's above the hills in Sheffield, there's a secret bunker with a telegraph, with a telescope, and so part of the engineer's job is to go into this place and check the telephone line. It's quite interesting. But of course, that got you thinking about nuclear war. Well, obviously these bunkers are going to be in all over the place in every country, to put dignitaries, things like that. So there's nothing surprising about that. I mean, even in America, in America, there are people that have bought the old fucking missile silos and turned them into homes, which is fucking amazing. Well, they don't. Well, they're not going to tell people that, are they? Because if there was some kind of problem, and everyone knew where these bunkers were, then they would be like attacking these bunkers, trying to get in. But to be, I used to work with this guy, and he says if there's a nuclear war or bomb, I want to be directly underneath it, and I can understand that. That's exactly where I would want to put Donald Trump. Directly underneath it. Better not drink too much more wine in case that guy's waiting for me outside with all the babysitters. Right, Chief. See you next time, pal. Oh my. So, what do you call the place in Scotland where they keep these submarines? The kid might not be able to wield a bat yet. It was only about fucking 1 year or 18 months or two. I think my first order of the day when, as Joe Biden, would be like putting a spear through fucking Donald Trump's head. Yeah, I can't see that happening. Because he's talking about 4 million votes, so they fixed 4 million votes. But like someone said, all the states where Trump won, he had no problem with that. He only had problems with the states that he didn't win. I think the politics is fucked up in America. When the Republican Party can put forward this candidate as this totally ineffective person, is so bad, is morally corrupt, is financially corrupt, is dealing with children is corrupt. He's corrupt in so many ways, this guy. And he's narcissistic. He's a megalomaniac. Oh, to tell you the truth, mate, I'm not the biggest fan of Biden either. But he's Biden is the lesser of two evils. I'm sure that most Americans wanted Bernie Sanders. What business is North Korea doing with America or Donald Trump? Was Marshall Dillon the that James guy from that big American cowboy series? So what time is it now where you are, Angel? They call me Angel of Morning, baby. What was his name, that guy? Was it James something? He was a really big guy, wasn't he, that guy who played Dylan? Never heard that it was gay. James Arnott, that's it, right. What, he was gay? Or are you just kidding? If it's 10:47 there, it must be 8 o'clock here. It's you, James. How are you? Are you on lockdown? I don't know what it is. I can smell something cooking or burning or whatever it is. It must be that fucking. His son is gay. I think. What do you think? Do you think gay genes get passed on? If you look at that, what do you call that big gay basketball player that got AIDS? And his son is the right fucking bender. I am still amazed at how many people still voted for fucking Donald Trump. No, the other golden something. The bald headed. You might be right, Angel, but Donald Trump wasn't a puppet. He was a fucking clown. No one has started a war with North Korea. Yeah, well, the next 2 months are going to be very interesting in America because Trump is just he just doesn't see it, does he? Really? I would love it if they fucking took him away and put him in a fucking insane asylum. Now I'm trying. What's the fucking one of the Los Lakers' most famous basketball players? He sells fish and beer.